Are you doing just enough at work to get by? You are not alone. The quiet quitting phenomenon has swept across modern workplaces, but it is not the story most people think it is. This is not about laziness, apathy, or giving up. For many, it is a reaction to feeling exploited, undervalued, or pushed to the point where emotional burnout becomes the norm. Quiet quitting is often the first step in reclaiming your time, your energy, and your self-respect. And if you have ever sat at your desk wondering why you give so much to a place that gives so little back, this message is for you. Feeling burnt out and unappreciated is more common than ever. People are exhausted from grinding nonstop, terrified of failing, desperate to appear productive, yet constantly wondering when the reward will finally come. And when it never does, something changes. Instead of breaking down, you begin to pull back. You stop overextending yourself. You stop chasing validation. You stop sacrificing your health and identity for a job that sees you as replaceable. This shift is subtle, but it is powerful. Quiet quitting is not the collapse of ambition. It is the beginning of self-preservation. It is the moment you stop trading your well-being for someone else's expectations. Stoic philosophy speaks directly to this moment. A Stoic does not burn out trying to win the approval of others. A Stoic does not pour life into obligations that drain the soul. Instead, Stoicism teaches you to control what you can, detach from what you cannot, and recognize that your energy is a finite resource. When you silently pull back from toxic demands, you are not quitting. You are protecting the most valuable asset you have, your inner stability. Stoicism reminds you that your value is not defined by how much you sacrifice, but by how deeply you understand your boundaries. The modern workplace often disguises exploitation as loyalty. You are told to go the extra mile, to stay late, to sacrifice weekends, to prove your dedication, all while receiving the same gratitude as those who do the bare minimum. You are encouraged to care more about the company than the company cares about you. Quiet quitting exposes the truth. It reveals that toxic work culture thrives on people who ignore their own limits. And once you see that clearly, you can never unsee it. You stop apologizing for doing only what you are paid to do. You stop letting guilt manipulate your behavior. You stop abandoning yourself in the name of productivity. When done consciously and strategically, this shift becomes a form of psychological self-defense. You evaluate what is worth your energy. You decide what truly aligns with your values, and you begin to build a career anchored in clarity rather than desperation. This is where empowerment begins. You set boundaries without announcing them. You work with focus instead of fear. You detach emotionally from chaos, drama, and unrealistic expectations. And slowly, you reclaim the parts of yourself that work has eroded. Your confidence returns. Your balance returns. Your sense of identity returns. The biggest myth about quiet quitting is that it destroys motivation. In reality, it creates space for something far more meaningful. When you stop pouring all your energy into a system that does not reward it, you suddenly have the capacity to build something better. You think more clearly. You act more intentionally. You open the door to possibilities you were too drained to consider before. People who practice quiet quitting often rediscover ambition. Not the forced ambition demanded by workplace culture, but the authentic ambition that arises from self-respect. Quiet quitting is not the end of engagement. It is the beginning of balance. It is the moment you shift from survival mode to self-awareness. In a world that constantly pushes you to give more, the ability to pull back with purpose is a rare strength. It is a sign of emotional intelligence, personal maturity, and inner discipline. And if you want to thrive, not just survive, you must learn when to step back, when to protect your energy, and when to walk away entirely. If you are ready to reclaim your worth, redefine your relationship with work, and build a mindset grounded in stoic resilience, subscribe and stay with us. Your time, your energy, and your peace matter more than any job ever will.